Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Way to Go. If you're new here, my name's Helen and this channel is all about my weight loss journey through food freedom, which means no denying, no restricting, and everything in moderation. Today this is what I am talking about and going into more detail about. Exactly how I lost 70 plus pounds without denying, restricting, counting calories, macros, or weighing anything. So let's go ahead and jump right into this video. Okay guys, we're gonna get into this. This is what I do to have lost the weight this last 2 years. I've lost 72 pounds, point something, some odd ounces. But 72 pounds in the last 2 years without counting calories, macros, without weighing anything. And I don't restrict, I don't deny. I really don't think food is bad. I don't think that there's bad food out there. Of course, there's some that is not as good for you. If you eat it in moderation, I think it's fine. It's balance. And that's what I'm working toward, is balance. For the rest of my life, I want to do something that is sustainable for me. And the way that I do this is completely sustainable for me. I don't have to think about it. So, to begin with, this is something that I have only just started, but it's like a food diary, food activity diary. While I'm marking down my water, my steps each day, if I tracked my food and whether I took vitamins. I showed this a couple of videos ago that I just started this, and I just finished another week. To begin with, for breakfast, I wrote usual because if you've been here, you know my usual breakfast is of eggs, turkey bacon, some fruit, tea, that kind of thing. So it's basically the same every day. So I'll write usual. Saves me a lot of writing. And, you know, that was my breakfast. For lunch, I did not have anything for lunch this day. A lot of times I don't have anything for lunch because my breakfasts are huge. And my suppers are quite huge as well. So 2 times a day, 2 meals a day, that's... Otherwise, I will have a banana or a Granny Smith apple or some yogurt or something like that. But say last Monday, I had my usual breakfast, lunch, nothing. For dinner, I had some haddock, some carrots, some salad, some pickles, which I did not measure. It's just, I have 1 piece of fish. I have a lot of vegetables, a lot of carrots and pickles. Vegetables are really good for you, so I don't need to mark that down. So I had a piece of fish, carrots, salad, and some pickles, and a cup of tea and water, of course. And I always have a snack, and that's usually the same thing also. I eat what I like. That's another thing. I eat what I like. I don't bother eating anything that is just, meh, okay. If I'm eating something, I want it to be good. I want to enjoy every last bite of it. The following day, usual for breakfast, I had chili that I made, homemade chili, a bowl of it, salad. I had some sour cream, which was fat-free, and I had a little bit of cheese. I just fine grated some cheese, just had a little sprinkle of that on top. And my snack, which is always veggie chips and a little miniature box of Smarties, chocolate covered candies. And I check marked my water. I wrote in how many steps I took. I checked that I tracked it, and I checked that I took my vitamins. And I continued down for the rest of the page. Today, of course, this week, I didn't do too much. Just breakfast was usual because the day is just starting. Itchy. The day is just starting and I haven't done everything yet, but I did take my vitamins, and I'll mark the rest in later. That's not something I've always done. Usually I'm just mindful of what I was eating and keeping track of it in the old noggin, which is not always reliable, but it is a really good idea to keep a journal so you're mindful about what you were eating. Not necessarily, for me, I don't need to write everything down. I don't need a record of all the calories and macros and everything. As long as I know what I ate, and I can pretty much, after all these years, I can pretty much figure out, well, that's a lot for one day. So I'm trying to eat the best that I can, eating enough, and if I'm still hungry, so that I won't be hungry, I use a lot of fillers. Salad and pickles are my go-to fillers. You can't go wrong with that. And I do not put dressing normally. Normally I don't put dressing on my salads. I do once in a while, but mostly I just love the taste of fresh squeezed lemon on it. That is just a personal choice. I love lemon. Fresh squeezed lemon on my salad, especially when there's like apples in my salad. It's just so good. Apples in my salad is just, it's so good. Extra little bit of crunch. Fruit in my vegetables. Yeah, who knew? But yeah, it's really good. It's really good. So I do have things written down here. Another is I limit the amount of times I eat out. We used to eat out a lot. We used to do some grocery shopping, even a small amount of grocery shopping every week. And every time we would eat out, oh, okay, we're out here, instead of we buy all this food and then, well, let's eat out before we take it home. We don't do that anymore. We still enjoy eating out, but that is like every other month. I guess since this whole, COVID business, it's kind of helped in a way, because I don't feel as comfortable eating out anymore. We've done it. We have eaten out, and I'm just not as comfortable doing that anymore. So we'll go out and we'll do all our shopping, run all our errands, and then we'll come home, put our groceries away, and I'll make breakfast. And that is something that I've gotten into a habit of doing now, and I do not mind it at all. It used to be like tiring. I'm like running around all day, and then we wouldn't get home until, say, like sometimes 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'll still make us something to eat. It is a late breakfast, but I think sometimes it's really good to delay your meals. For us anyway, for me anyway. I feel better for it. First thing in the morning, if I did not eat something, I would have the shakes. I would be shaky, I'd get a headache. I'm not like that anymore. So delaying my breakfast and having a healthy breakfast with protein, which are eggs, turkey bacon, and I get fruit in there and everything, I feel so much better. I feel better at 56 than I probably did in my, late 30s, 40s. So this is working for me. Another thing is about eating out. If I did eat out, I would order first. That is a little tip that I found really handy. If I order first, find the best thing that I like for me on the menu and order first, I'm not swayed by someone else's decision when they order. I've waited, seen what everyone else is ordering, and it's like, oh yeah, that sounds good. I'm going to have some of that too. I don't do that anymore. I choose what I want, like, chicken, salad, whatever. I try to go for the better choices. Not always, but I try. And if I order first, like I said, I'm not swayed by someone else's order and change my mind. So that has helped me a great deal. Helped me stick to my guns kind of thing, and help keep me on track. I also limit my intake of sweets. I do have sweets. You've seen me. But I limit my intake. Where before I'd be like mindlessly eating sweets, like, I'll have one if I really enjoy it, and that will be it. This is something that I'm still working on because I love sweets, I love pastries, so I am trying to limit the amount of stuff I have in the home and the stuff that I bake. I used to do a lot of baking and I really cut that down. So if it's not in the home, there's a lot less chance that I'm going to binge on it. And this is another thing, binging. I always binged. I used to really restrict what I ate, thinking I can't have that. And then I would get so depressed and down in the dumps, and I would binge. I'd say, what the heck? I had one, I might as well just eat the whole thing. I'll eat a whole bunch. I'll worry about it later. No, I'm not doing that anymore. If I have a bad day, and I do have bad days where it's just, it can't fill me up, I forgive myself and I move on. Simple as that. So yeah, I limit the intake of sweets, but I still do enjoy them. Also, I drink a lot of water. I'm probably up to about 40 ounces a day, and I do want to increase that. Water, I feel better when I drink more water. My skin feels better, feels more hydrated, and I feel less tired, more awake, and I feel a lot better when I'm drinking water. Used to be a point where I would eat too much sugar before and not have enough water, and I tell you, by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was ready for a nap, and I'm not like that anymore. I don't feel like I'm just sitting here falling asleep. I feel I have a lot more energy than ever before. Water is so beneficial, so beneficial. So I drink a lot of water, and that is something that can benefit everyone. So that is one thing I'll say. Water is really good for you. As for things that you find on the store shelves, like say this can of, Fred probably eat this, but for instance, like I say, a can of stew, prime rib with vegetables. I just go for the serving size, the suggested serving size, and the suggested serving amount, and I'll go from there. Biscuits, I make these once in a while with our meals, and I'll have one biscuit out of a package. Like, why not? I can have whatever I want as long as I enjoy it, right? Pasta sauce, most of us eat pasta sauce, so a half a cup is a serving suggestion, a suggested serving size. So I'll have a half a cup. It's not something I really measure, but I can eyeball it, and that will go on my pasta or whatever. It's just how I do things, how I look at things, without measuring, without counting. Same idea with this. This package will feed, well, this is for a quarter of a package, which I guess this serves 4. So I'll have like, I don't know what it works out to, half a cup, 3/4 of a cup of rice, with the fillers, the salad and the vegetables and pickles and a cup of tea and water. I'm not going to be hungry. Not at all. This does me very well. Fillers are my friends. So this is it in a nutshell for me, basically. I eat whatever I want in moderation, because if I don't, it backfires. I binge, and I live to regret that. Sometimes when that used to happen, I'd see a gain, even if it was just a couple pounds, and I'd say, oh heck, give up. I give up so easy. But I have learned now, I don't know what happened. Something just clicked with me to eat whatever I want. And yeah, like some of the stuff is not the best stuff. I mean, it has a lot of sodium in it. I do drink a lot of water, and that really helps. But this is the stuff that you see. This stuff is readily available, and I always have something good with it, like a salad. I eat a lot of salad every day, almost every single day. I'm having a salad, and my salads are huge. Like I have this huge bowl, and I have a lot of salad, but it's helping me, and I feel good about eating it. It fills me up. I don't feel like I'm denying myself anything. I'll eat whatever I want. This is a weight loss that is basically, I don't even have to think about it. It comes off very, very slowly. And I am okay with that. I like it to come off slowly. That means for me that it's going to stay off. If my intentions were to lose gigantic amounts of pounds, like every week, I mean, that would be great, but that doesn't work for me. I want to eat without planning. I just want to, eat what I like without counting it, without weighing it, without. Now, I do portion it out. I can't say I don't portion it out, because it does say on these products here, like for a cup, for half a cup, for one serving or whatever. That is what I go by. And it's so much easier. Just look, okay, the one serving, okay, half a cup, whatever. I have to do things the easy way, the lazy way, I guess. But this is what's working for me. Another thing I do is I do overeat. I do indulge sometimes. Like sometimes you can't help it when you have a big family gathering you're going to or hosting, and you eat a little bit more than you wanted, and you had a day full of eating, and you feel kind of bad about it. And I get tired now. It tires me out eating so much heavy food. I get headaches from it. And when I feel like this, I go even easier the next day. Sometimes, like, I'll have my regular breakfast, of course, and then maybe I'll just eat like salads the rest of the day, or sometimes I even have breakfast again for supper. I've been known to do that a few times. Just have some more eggs, which is the protein, helps keep me full, satiated, and some fruit. And it's a lighter meal for me, but it's still filling at the same time. And it seems to work and helps get that fullness off of me. The heavy feeling of all that heavy food, like, like a turkey dinner or whatever. So that's something else that I do. This is how I'm eating going forward, unless something changes. I need better nutrition or something, but I think I'm getting all the nutrition that I need from my vegetables and my fruit, and eating everything I want. Last night I had a nice big thick juicy pork chop. It was fabulous. It was really fabulous. And I had some mashed potatoes. It was just a little serving of it. I did not add any butter to it, but there was a little bit of butter and milk mixed in with it. But things like that. I actually had a small salad last night, and some carrots and pickles and a cup of tea, and it was amazing. It was such a tasty supper. So yeah, pork chop with fat on it, on the bone, with shake and bake and potatoes, mashed potatoes. I don't deny myself anything. But I do limit the amount I have and maybe how often I have that. And choose a lot of things like fish, chicken, and stuff like that. I even eat pizza. There's nothing saying anywhere that I cannot eat pizza. I eat pizza quite a lot and I love it. Lasagna, anything Italian, you betcha. I will eat it. Eat it. Oh yeah. It's all good. And I'm still losing weight, so this is working for me. A quick rundown. I eat whatever I want in moderation. I go by the labels. I drink a lot of water. When I eat out at restaurants, I order first, so as not to be dissuaded by the other choices that someone else chose. Somebody wants a cheeseburger, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have that bacon cheeseburger instead. No, I choose what I want first. I try to be mindful of every bite that I'm eating, and keeping that journal now is a really good source for me. I use fillers such as salads and pickles. If I ate too much one day, I really limit what I eat after that. I forgive myself and I move on and I try to do better. I'm not perfect by any means in this journey. I've had downfalls. I've had weight gains. I've had 2 gains in the last 2 weeks. This is not perfect, but it works for me. Why would I change that if it works for me? I want to do this slowly so it's sustainable. And I can do this long term. This is my lifestyle choice. I don't know if this is going to help anyone, but this is my journey and this is what I've done. This is what I've done for the last 2 years. This is what has been working for me. Everything else I've tried. I've done it all and it's not worked for me long term. This time it feels right. It feels right. Thank you so much for listening to my journey, explaining how I'm doing this, and I really appreciate you being here. Until next time, friends, please remember, be kind to you and take care of you. Bye for now.